Good afternoon and welcome. This is the Australian Junior Ice Hockey League Showcase Series presented by Ice Hockey Australia. We're here for semi-final one between the Adelaide Generals and the Melbourne Glaciers. Good afternoon from Hanna Ice Skating Stadium. I'm Eric Brook and alongside me is Courtney Constant. Courtney, g'day.
Hi Eric, welcome back everybody. Look, semi-finals hockey, very exciting.
It certainly is. Let's briefly talk about the two teams and how they got here. Quite easily for the Generals, they're undefeated and the Glaciers haven't won a game, but they've showed steady improvement from Wednesday.
Absolutely. Look, the Generals have really shown to be a team that have united very quickly for this tournament, and they've played really well together. They trust each other and they look really structured. The Glaciers have progressively gotten better and better, as you've said. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do tonight. These two teams did face each other at the start of the tournament, and it was a tough game. So I'm eager to see how the last couple of days will benefit the Glaciers.
And the equation is quite simple. Win, and you get a sleep in the morning and you go to the gold medal game. Lose, you go to the bronze medal game and you're up first tomorrow morning.
Indeed. And look, it is bright and early, but look, I think finals hockey brings the best out in players. It's like it just brings a different level of intensity. So in spite of being early, I don't think it will affect them too much.
So what we're going to do now is present to you 3 reasons and 3 things that I'm looking for both teams to do in today's game. First of all, I want them to be disciplined. Don't argue with the officials. You won't win that argument. Don't make things worse. Accept the penalty. Do the walk of shame to the box. Off you go. Accept the penalty and continue. You don't want to make a situation worse by being third man in that sort of situation. Number 2, let's talk about supporting your teammates. Supporting your D, supporting your goalie, supporting the forwards, going up forwards. There's been a lot of rebound goals where the goalie's made the first save but hasn't been able to make the second save. And finally, communication, Court, very, very important. Tell your teammates what you're going to do. We know that a lot of these teams have come together. Some of them have experience playing together in the AI, for instance, or in state competition. But talk to them, use hand signals, hand gestures, even if it's something like raising your stick to say that I'm open.
Absolutely. Look, they are 3 real crucial elements to every hockey game. And if the teams in front of us can implement those things, then they should have a very successful game.
So having a look at the 2 teams, the Generals in black, they played in an alternate white strip yesterday, so they're back to their home black with an unchanged lineup. The goalie situation will be very interesting. Justin Baxter was very good for them yesterday, but Jeremy Friedrich is Jeremy Friedrich with lots of AI experience, so it'll be interesting to see which way they go. And for the Melbourne Glaciers, you've got Patrick Ivans and Rowan Hoy. Rowan Hoy was in net yesterday and did a good job. That situation can go either way. He's got a bit more game time at the moment than Patrick Ivans. Look,
absolutely. Both the goalies on each of the teams have really shown some strength. So in spite of the scorelines, we've seen some really great things. So I have commented a couple of times over the games that the glove side has been very strong for all of them. So teams shooting blocker side might just find those gaps a bit more. But look, I've been really impressed with all of the goalies this tournament so far, and I feel the selectors have a challenging time ahead.
So what I'm really liking, look at the Adelaide Generals at the moment. They're warming up Jeremy Friedrich at the moment, and they're alongside each other, and they've got a couple of people on the point as well, and they're about to do the same for Justin Baxter.
This is actually a personal favourite drill of mine. I love it. So as a player, the person shooting, if it goes in, they get to keep shooting, and the job of the people that are in the line are to get that rebound. So it's challenging the goalie to not only think about the shot coming at them, but the potential rebound or deflection that could come from the players up beside them.
And as we mentioned in my essentials, we've seen a few rebound goals where the goalie's made the good initial save, but somebody's been on the doorstep. There's been a lot of backdoor action as well.
Correct. And that's been the quality of these goaltenders, is that players have really had to move them out of position and get them into a place where they're not able to necessarily save that goal. So it's been tricky for the players. We have seen some high score lines, and that's all coming down to, in some cases, the special teams on a power play, or it's the fact that they have got the goalie out of place.
Indeed. So warm-up is just about over. We have our officials on the ice. Our referees today, Mr. Nick Eyre and Mr. Gavin Thurston, will be in the bands, both highly experienced AIHL officials. And on the lines, you know the lines people really well.
I do. We have Brandon Prince and Jack Waterson. So both have been great members of our local community here in Newcastle. Brandon's actually a fairly new official, and he's been doing really well. So it's nice to see him stepping up to line a game of this calibre. It's a great lesson for him.
So we have our huddles. We have the Glaciers in red, and we have the Generals in black. What are the players saying in these final moments, Court?
Look, it's really the chance for the captains just to give that last boost. They talk to each other, they're lifting each other up. It's that, look, mindset is such a big part of hockey as well as the physical skills. So it's just a chance for them to come together and just that last little bit of motivation before the game starts. So
the Generals certainly haven't lacked motivation. And the Glaciers, they've got a lot to fight for. They haven't won a game so far. Okay, we've said that, and they've improved every game. Win this game, and you're in the gold medal game.
Absolutely, and look, I've seen it done. So it's very important that the Generals don't get complacent and think that they've got this. They've got a full game to play before that until that final buzzer. So the Glaciers really have to come out strong and start well and carry that right through to the third period. So looking forward to seeing what both teams can do, and I do feel like the first goal of the game will be very indicative of how this game's going to flow. So
at the Generals end, Jeremy Friedrich in net for the Generals, and at the Glaciers end, Rowan Hoy in net for the Glaciers. All is in readiness. Cameron Hughes, who picked himself up a hat-trick for the Generals yesterday, is waiting for us at centre ice. Jesse Thompson alongside. Lots of noise coming from the Glaciers bench to kick things off for us. Australian Junior Ice Hockey League semi-final number 1. Let's do the hockey. And Glaciers looking to clear it out of the face-off circle. Battle there with Jesse Thompson. Centering pass from the Glaciers as they look to take advantage early. Entering the zone there is Tim Nintunen. Working on the left-hand side from a General's point of view. Jeff Hu taking over. Some of the Generals' numbers are different from yesterday, back to their original numbers. Pass from Julian Friedrich was just a bit too strong, was looking for Hughes, couldn't quite connect with him. And Glaciers working it into neutral ice now. Entering is Jesse Thompson. He's got some support, but who was there? Nice initial shot there from the Glaciers. First shot of the game for the Glaciers. Julian Friedrich taking over. The first initial shot was from Matt Nikkonen for the Glaciers. Kept in the zone by Boyle on the left-hand side for the Glaciers. Back to neutral ice. Koldecker with it briefly. All the way down. And for the first time this afternoon, Courtney, that will be icing.
Indeed. Look, that was a great start from the Glaciers to push up and get that first opportunity.
And looking at the first save of the day by Jeremy Friedrich. Back to centre ice. So Charlie York will take the face-off for the Generals. We're underway again. Glaciers with it working down their right-hand side. Harper making his debut for this tournament on the ice, and that'll come all the way back down. Glaciers working it out of their own defensive end. It was good work there by Fraser with the cross-ice pass on the right-hand half wall. Generals have it. Here comes Charlie York looking for some support in centre. The pass was just too strong for Bodie Matthew. Matthew had a great game yesterday for them as well as he skates around the left-hand side looking for some support. Has some support now. Matthew left-hand circle. Got blindsided a bit by the defender there. And it's back now for the Generals at their own defensive end. Breaking out well. Centering pass from Henry York. Henry York trying to combine with brother Charlie, who gets a good shot on, and a nice save there by Hoy. So just under 2 minutes gone, Court.
Yeah, look, a little bit of, I'm going to say clumsy play from the Generals, just that they're not quite making those tape-to-tape passes and not quite keeping it in the zone the way they should. So they just need to tighten up the ranks a little.
Attacking zone face-off, won by the Generals, but it comes all the way back to his defensive blue line from Jeff Hu, who done a mountain of work yesterday in attack and defence. Turnover created. It was good work by Hokeman. Kept in the zone. Kept in the zone well by Alex May. Centering pass, trying to find somebody in front. Safety first from Friedrich. Clears it out. Goes the aerial route. It'll come all the way back down to the Glaciers defensive zone. 0-all. 2.5 minutes gone in the first period. Now for the Generals. Centering pass. Couldn't find anybody in black. Just found Kustiev. Good shot on. Good save there from Friedrich from distance. Right hand side. Big contact up aboard. Nomashi there with some good contact. Jesse Thompson now. They elect to go backwards a minute. Intercepted there by Gavin. Entering the zone now, but they've gone offside on the left-hand side.
And all too common issue that I've noticed this tournament is just not quite working out that momentum of each other and the teammates going over before the puck carrier. So
it's not like NHL 24 where I can turn offsides, penalties and icing off. Back now, neutral zone face-off. Julian Friedrich finding Hughes. Centering pass intended for Daniel Chan, but there were players in the way. Entering the zone briefly. The Glaciers are there on the blue line. Julian Friedrich now, he's in a battle with Leclinda. Heavy battle up against the boards near the cafe. And a good shot and a good goal in front. 1-0 Generals.
That was a much better sequence from the Generals. They worked much cleaner. Their passes were better and on point. So that was really good to see, and it earned themselves a goal.
So replay action. Daniel Chan's waiting there in the slot, and that's the sort of guy that you want in that slot area, continuing his good tournament so far.
Yes, I'm not at all surprised it was number 17 netting that first goal. He's been a great leader for his team this past couple of days.
So back to centre ice, 1-0, 16:45 remaining. The Generals with the first score on the board. Here's Benson now. Finds Friedrich on the right-hand side. Couple of Glaciers waiting for him on the blue line. Just happy to dump it in there was Matthew. All the way back down, and that will come back for icing.
It felt like a little bit of a desperate play for the Glaciers to get it out of the zone. So hopefully they can take a minute to reset and carry it out and make a better go of that breakout.
Charlie and Henry York heading to the face-off circle alongside Tyler Boyle. Attacking zone face-off coming up for the Generals to the left-hand side of Hoy. Battle up against the boards. The good work there by Henry York. Brother Charlie coming in to lend a hand. Bit of a funky bounce off the boards. Glaciers trying to clear it out now via Cy Lake. Here's a foot race on. First to the puck of the Generals in the Zamboni corner. They managed to clear it out. Got the pass off to Boyle. Entering the zone now. Henry York got set off at the pass. It'll come back for Who on his own defensive line for the Generals. He's got options left and right. Elects to go in the direction of Charlie York. Charlie York now with some options. Gets brought down. Play continues. Back now for Boyle. Entering the zone. Here comes Henry York. Henry York with it. Hoy is waiting. Got some support there in his D. And there's good support there for the attack as well. Glaciers work it out. Narrow right-hand side corridor, and that will come back for icing.
Little bit of stop-start hockey in these first 4 and a bit minutes, so it'd be nice to see a bit more flow to the game. Teams can do a lot more when they don't have to. Ooh, we also have a penalty.
Interference, the call there against Tyler Boyle, so the Glaciers will head on the power play.
Look, great opportunity for them. We've seen a lot of success come out of special teams across the entire tournament, so it'd be nice to see them level the score.
Attacking zone face-off and a power play coming up. Jesse Thompson at the face-off. It's back now for Matt Nitkinen. Battle up against the boards with Julian Friedrich. The puck's free. Back now for Chen. He's dangerous. He's got a 2-on-2 situation now. Chen trying to give himself some space. Drops it off for Friedrich. Friedrich across the face of goal. Who was the closest one to it but couldn't connect in the corner near the skate shop. Glaciers still on the power play for the next 90 seconds, working it out of their own defensive end. They elect to go left, right. Entering the zone now is Thompson on the right-hand side. Dumping it off for Tim Nikkinen. For Friedrich. Uses the boards as his friend. The puck almost ended up in the Generals bench. Safety first by Hoy. And just leaving for his defender, Krushtalev. Krushtalev now. Pass. Nice pass. It was tape to tape. Tim Nikkinen fires. Sprays it wide. No action required by Jeremy Friedrich in net. Battle up against the boards. 1 minute of the power play remaining. Tim Nikkinen now battling. He's got some support in front in the form of Cy Lake. Generals just happy to try and work it out the left-hand side. They do a good dump on the penalty kill. No icing on the penalty kill. It's left for Hoy just to settle things down. Krushtalev again. Passes it to no one in the end. Cy Lake recovering. Lake now trying to find Krushtalev. Battle up against the boards on the half wall. They need to go forward with 25 seconds remaining in the power play. Good dump there. Looking for Lake. Battle in the right far corner. Kept in the zone there by May. Round one. Here's an opportunity with 7 seconds remaining in the power play. Generals firing, and that eats valuable seconds. It was a quality shot there from the Generals. Kudlika.
Look, that was a great play, especially short-handed. It's not often safe to try and make that kind of play, but they had a great gap, one on two as they came in, and good shot on.
Attacking zone face-off for the Generals with 3 seconds of penalty left to kill. Benson keeps it in the zone. The player will come back now. Boyle comes back into the action and heads straight off to the bench. Generals on the attack with a 1-0 lead. Gavin back now for the Glaciers behind their own net. Battle up against the end wall. Here's Benson on the blue line on the left-hand side. Gives and goes. Tries to find a support player but can't. It's left now for Who for the Generals. Leaving off for Benson with the backhanded shovel, and he'll come off for a change. Glacier settling things down. 12:40 remaining in the first period. Generals 1-0. Trying to work it out. They're possibly going to get hemmed down here, and it's great pressure applied there. They can't exit the zone. Centering pass. It was good work by Gavin to get himself in the position, and the Glaciers try and clear it out. Kept into the zone well. Glaciers trying to clear the zone now, and they finally clear the zone down the right-hand side from their point of view. Generals in possession at their own defensive end. Can he go coast to coast? Let's have a look as he's got a rate of speed. Kudlika entering the zone coast to coast. Looks for some support. Finds Friedrich. He's got a player down low in Chen. Heavy contact with Chen behind the net. Friedrich taking over. Back now for Chen on the left-hand side. Chen looking for a lane. He's got support in Julian Friedrich, who's had a good tournament as well. Looking for a lane. Gets a shot on, but was wide. No action required by Hoy. Kept in the zone by Matthew. He was under some pressure from the Glaciers. Jesse Thompson looking to clear it out now for the Glaciers. 11.5 minutes remaining. 1-0 Generals. Entering the zone briefly are the Glaciers, but they come back out through Chen, who seems to have been on for all 5 minutes so far. Chen winds up, fires, sprays it high and wide, and the puck pinballs all the way back down, and it's left for Jeff Hu to come back to his own defensive end. Nice cross-ice pass, finding Chen. Chen entering the zone. He's got some company on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side. Puck deflected at the point of contact with Hoy. Back now for Brown. Nice pass there for Friedrich, who was under a little bit of pressure. Dumped in by the Generals, and they'll come off for a line change. Glaciers trying to clear the zone. Kept in the zone there by Who. Up against the boards on the left-hand side near the skate hire shop. Back into the centre of the slot. Now they clear it out, the Glaciers. Back now for Cy Lake near the Glaciers penalty box. Just elects to come back for some support. Uses the backdoor route. The pass was too strong for Krushtalev. Back near the bench of the Glaciers. Referee just needs to see the puck continue to move to his satisfaction. Keeping a watchful eye, our referee Nick Eyre. Benson coming in. Krushtalev did a good job knocking him off the puck. The counter-attack opportunity tapped on there, and that will come back for the Generals at their own defensive end. The pace has picked up. Back for Charlie York, entering the zone. The defender didn't have his stick in the form of Khrushchevlev. Recovers, kept him out of the zone. Happy to dump in some contact there. Do we have arms in the end? No, we don't. Players just interlocking there. All good in the end. Khrushchevlev for the men from Melbourne. Just electing to go backwards at the moment. They don't want to spend too much time here in their defensive zone. Handy stick there by Porter. Out of the zone. It's left now for Matthew. Now this has had a fair bit of game flow. There hasn't been many whistles in the last couple of minutes. Back now for Who's got options. Still manages to get a pass away even though he was on his knees by the time he executed. Back now for the Glaciers in defence using the right hand wall. Nomashi with it. Can't clear the zone. Big rebound on offer and they were sweating on it. Scott Dewar was there and thereabouts, sweating on the rebound. It just didn't come to hand. Here's an opportunity. Oh, that was so close by Gavin. Pass across the face of goal. No action required there by Hoy. Trying to clear it out of the zone. Now they clear it back into neutral ice, the Glaciers. And a big contest here. Here's Hugh, and we get a whistle finally. There's a penalty coming. Tripping the call, and Courtney, I can take a breath.
Look, what a sequence of play. We've seen both teams playing hard, fast hockey. They've played so well. Like, as you can see, when there's no whistles, the flow of that game, it was end to end. The Generals just kept the Glaciers out of getting shots, though. They did really well to just cut those plays off. They got the puck back, and they got shots on down the other end. And in the last few seconds of that sequence are very close to a goal there. Could have sworn it went in, but it's obviously just slid across that goal line.
So Glaciers power play. Scott Dewar sitting 2 minutes for tripping for the Generals. Cross ice pass. Jesse Thompson fires. He wasn't missing by far, and he put his head back, saying he was so close. He's calling for the puck again on the right hand side. Khrushchevlev on the blue line. Fires in from distance. Some traffic there in front of Friedrich. Kept in the zone there by Khrushchevlev. Back now, Generals clearing it out on the penalty kill for the next 95 seconds. First to the puck, is Julian Friedrich Rava. Julian Friedrich got some support there on the right-hand side. Contact up against the boards there near the cafe. Julian Friedrich. Daniel Chen finds the puck all alone. Spins out of a hit. Manages to get the pass out, but it only went as far as Thompson for the Glaciers, who are on the power play for the next 70 seconds. Thompson, though, looking towards the left, entering the zone on the left-hand side. It was good work finding Matt Nitkinen. He's under a battle there. Matthew there colliding. Play continues. Chen now with an opportunity. He's got a 1-on-2, but he's got some speed. He's got some skill. But Sire Lake, he's a small lake there, but he manages to get the stick in the right position. Wasn't afraid to take Daniel Chen on. Chen now with another opportunity. Chen centering. Good shot there by Julian Friedrich. Hoy was up to the task though. Thompson on the half wall. Lake getting in there as well against a much bigger opponent. All the way back now for Who just tapped on by Friedrich. He'll come off for a change. Hoy just settling the puck down. Says to Alex May, Alex, you go for a skate. May backhanded shovel back into centre ice, finding Porter briefly. Here's Hughes now. Hughes has got some support. Henry York couldn't convert, couldn't pull the trigger. Gets around one, gets around a couple. There's a penalty coming against the Glaciers. Delayed penalty, extra attacker is on. Henry York. Benson spins out of that one. Benson leaving it alone for Charlie York. The Glaciers almost touched up then. Delayed penalty still in front, and that will be a power play coming up for the Generals.
What a sequence of hockey. Look,
Certainly was.
You mentioned Lake there, and I just want to jump back to his little battle on the boards. Watched him going in for the puck, decided to jump out and around Hugh, and then came back in and pinned him while his teammate was able to scoop the puck out and get it back into play. What a nice little sequence. Very smart hockey.
I've loved Cy Lake's work with the Melbourne Ice before. So the Glaciers are defending for the next 2 minutes. The Generals on a power play. Alex May sitting 2 minutes for tripping. So the Generals with their first power play of the afternoon. Chen right-hand side. Here's Julian Friedrich, though. There's a player down in front of the net. A big battle up against the boards. Sorry, up against the net. There is Benson with Krushtalev. Big battle in front of the net, partly restricting Hoy. They're walking in. Charlie York. Puck squirts out. It's left now for Jeff Hu on the left-hand side. They're trying to take Hoy's eyes away. Puck deflects wide. Julian Friedrich first to the puck. Shadowed there by Thompson. A minute 17 remaining of the power play. Generals with a great opportunity and another penalty coming against the Glaciers. 5-on-3 hockey coming up. Extra attacker coming on now. Julian Friedrich back now for the Generals. Friedrich, right-hand side. Extra attacker on, delayed penalty in effect. And the Glaciers touch up. 5-on-3 hockey coming up. Courtney for 52 seconds.
Yeah, and look, the Glaciers just really need to focus a little bit more on that discipline, as you said earlier, and try and stay out of the box. This is a big chance for the Generals to pull ahead by 2 goals. So, look, 5-on-3, 3 people is very hard to defend when there's 2 extra men out on the ice. So
Adam Harper sitting 2 minutes for a slash. 5-on-3 for 52 seconds. Shots on goal favouring the Generals 8-2. Here's a chance for Boyle now. Boyle fires. Big rebound deflected into the corner there by Hoy. Back now, Henry York. Across for Matthew. Out of zone. Great pressure there by Tim Nitkinen, and we have another whistle for a cross-check.
So
that box is getting rather full for the Glaciers.
It is, and for those at home that won't understand the penalties, so a team can't have any less than 3 on the ice, so their third man in the box will get replaced on the ice, and his penalty won't hit the board until that 37-second penalty is finished.
So this is a great opportunity. 5-on-3 for 37 seconds. Here's Matthew. Matthew fires. Hoy there with the quality save. Matthew can't keep it in the zone. So that eats a little bit of time out for the Glaciers. Here's Matthew again, looking to enter the zone, looking right. Got a lot of support on the right-hand side. Leaving it for Henry York on the left. York across ice pass for Julian Friedrich. Back now for Henry York. York fires some deflections in front there, including by Cameron Hughes. Eating valuable seconds, the Glaciers working it out of their own end. Only as far as Charlie York's centre ice. So we have another, the second penalty now on the box. It's still 5-on-3, but one of the players could come back. The original player could come back. Here's the Generals firing, and a nice glove save there. And Hoy would love to see the replay of that one.
This is good pressure from the Generals, but I really feel like we're seeing a totally different Glaciers team to what we did in the first game of the tournament. They're playing harder, they're putting more pressure on, they're playing a much more intense game of hockey, so I'm really proud of how well they're playing.
Rowan Hoy, take a bow for that glove save. 56 seconds of 5-on-3 as the Generals look to convert. Walking the blue line now, back now for Who give and go. Now as Julian Friedrich fires, Hoy comes up, can't prevent that one, and a power play goal. It was a matter of time.
That much pressure, you get tired. So while the Glaciers were able to make a change, when you're fighting against 5 other players, you do get exhausted.
So it was good work there from Julian Friedrich near the right-hand circle.
So we see again, the goalie's just not quite in the best position, and they're able to get that puck through.
And they were certainly moving him around. He's certainly being busy, Rowan Hoy. Back to centre ice, 2-0 now. So one of those penalties gets wiped out. So they're still on a power play, the Generals, 5-on-4 for the next 90 seconds. Generals trying to work it out of their defensive end with a 2-0 lead. Here's Daniel Chen. Finds Who gets around one. Who enters the zone on the right-hand side. Who looks for some support. Finds Kuldika. Right-hand side. Julian Friedrich now fires. Tapped. Went high and wide from Chen on the deflection. Shot from Benson goes wide into the left-hand side. He was certainly on a lot of pressure as he got that one off. Coldeka now with it, trying to get around Thompson. Stops, props, thinks about it, looks for some support. Finds Julian Friedrich, right-hand circle. Benson's in front, the puck's free. They need to clear it out, the Glaciers. The Generals, they're in numbers. Now the Glaciers clear it out. A bit of friendly fire on the way out. Getting Thompson on the way out, but here's who. 35 seconds of the power play remaining for the Generals. Centering pass, Chan goes 5-hole, and that's a power play goal for the Generals. 3-0, Daniel Chan showing his class and his experience there, going 5-hole.
Absolutely, and look, hopefully the Glaciers learn from that. They really need to stay out of the box because this Generals team is strong, and they have just capitalised two times in the space of a couple of minutes, and they need to not give them that opportunity. So kudos to the Generals, though. That was a really great set of sequence of plays. They moved the puck around well. They did exactly what they needed to do on a power play, and that was get the goalie moving, get the players tired, and then find the space.
So 3-0 now. Back to neutral ice. So we're back to 5-on-5. Both penalty boxes are empty. Glaciers working it out. That'll come all the way down, right underneath the central commentary position. Brown there. It'll come back now for the Glaciers, battling on the wall right near the skate higher shot. Now they clear it out of their defensive zone briefly. Off some skates. Entering the zone now. Good work there by Brown. Here's Matthew. Matthew's been impressive for him, Bodie Matthew. Matthew comes in, fires, goes high, slightly high. Centering in front, dig. It was great work there by Kolachik. And a good save there from Hoy under some pressure.
Absolutely. There was a bit of mess in front of the net there, so for Hoy to still end up with the puck in his glove, he's done very well. Just highlighting how impressed all of the goalies have been.
Absolutely. So both teams taking the opportunity to change. 2:07 remaining in the first. 3-0 Generals. Aided and assisted by 2 power play goals. Glaciers try and get it out of the defensive zone, and they do now. Here's an opportunity. Nick Kinnan firing. Jesse Thompson there. Good save and a good follow-up. They're trying for a wraparound attempt there. Jeremy Friedrich, bit of a slash there from Jeremy Friedrich, not liking the attention received by Tim Nikkinen. The Generals working out of the defensive end, trying to connect there with Charlie York, but couldn't. Jeff Hu has to come out. Jeremy Friedrich settling the puck down. Nice cover drive there by Jeremy Friedrich, really showing the skill that he has with the stick. Jesse Thompson, left-hand half ball for the Glaciers. He's got options left and right. He's electing to go himself on the left. Going the aerial route. Safety first there from Jeremy Friedrich. Those ones can be really hard aerial for a goalie, Courtney.
Look, absolutely, but he's just tracked that really beautifully and straight in. And I think you might see in this replay now, one of the Glaciers gives Friedrich a little bit of a cross-check in the blue paint, and then that's why Friedrich just responds with a little nudge, being like, I felt that, you can feel me too.
Attacking zone face-off coming up for the Glaciers. It's been a while since they've had an attacking zone face-off. It was good work from Porter from the face-off. Julian Friedrich trying to clear it out. Jeff Hu gets it away from the door of doom. Here comes Hughes now. Hughes trying to connect with Chen. 17 on 17. May on Chen up against the boards near the cafe. 1 minute remaining in the period. Centering pass. Chen wasn't really ready for it, Chen, but he stumbled, but he still got a quality shot on.
He did, and Hoy with a great little glove save.
So you can see here, Chen, he lost an edge, got up, recovered, still got a good shot on, which anything can happen when you shoot.
Absolutely. Like, I've seen goals go in just like that because the goalie's just not quite as ready as he thinks, and good chance for Chen there. And
sometimes if you go the aerial route as well, who knows what the puck can go through the air. Matthew keeping it in the zone for the Generals. Here's Matthew again, some soccer skills on display, shoots from the slot, and a great shot from the slot there from Matthew. There's a bit of traffic in front of Hoy.
A perfect example of what we just said.
Absolutely.
He got the shot and it just went through perfectly.
So,
it doesn't have to be a pretty goal to be a great goal.
So that's his second goal of the tournament. 6 assists so far for Matthew, so he's been highly productive.
So we can actually see here, Eric, that these players in front of the goalie are screening him so well. He just doesn't see that puck until it comes through and slices in behind him.
Yeah, a massive battle. So Cameron Hughes won't get any credit for that on the scoreboard, but he certainly contributed to that goal by being a pest, basically, in front of the net, and all totally legal.
I'm sure the coaches saw it.
Absolutely. As the Glaciers, 27 seconds remaining in the period. Glaciers breaking out of their own defensive end, entering the zone on the right-hand side. It was good work there by Hoshman. Now the Generals trying to clear it out. Here's Daniel Chen, 12 seconds remaining. Just going to settle things down. Back now for Williams. No risky stuff with 5 seconds remaining in the period with a 4-0 lead. Around one. And that will see out the first period. A highly entertaining game so far. Semi-final number 1. The Generals with a 4-0 lead, largely in part thanks to 2 power play goals. Absolutely,
and look, I mentioned at the start of the game that first goal would really indicate the flow of the game, and look, the Generals have really stepped up. So when you have a 5-on-3 power play, it's one of a rare occasions that I wouldn't see a goal. So I'm not at all surprised to see 1 goal, and then on that 5-on-4, they capitalised, got their second. So, that's what the coaches are expecting when you have that special team out there. But look, the Glaciers are playing well. They're getting the puck. They are playing with an intensity that I haven't seen at the start of the tournament to now. So they have grown, and I think they're still in with a chance.
They certainly are. They have been improving the entire time. Let's have a look at some head-to-head stats at the end of the first period. 4-0 for the Generals, so a great save percentage, obviously, for Jeremy Friedrich. Shots on goal, 15-3 in favour of the Generals. Certainly aided by all that power play time, Courtney.
Absolutely, and look, I do want to comment for the Glaciers. They are getting shots, but they're just not shots on net, so they're missing the target. So if in the second period they can come out and really get more shots on target and more between those pipes, and whether it hits the goalie or not, that's where they're going to actually have more of a chance of closing this gap.
So Glaciers will obviously want to spend a bit more time after the first period. The players just about ready to come back. A short intermission between the first and the second, and an ice cut between the second and the third.
Yes. Look, one trend I've seen is these breaks do a lot for the teams. They get that chance to just reset, talk to each other, build each other up, and also just sort of make a new plan of what they want to see happen on the ice. So, this should be an exciting period.
So looking at the Generals, and they are the defending champions of the AJ. So they will come back onto the ice now for the second period. The coaching staff will be very happy with a 4-0 lead in the first period.
Look, it is certainly a comfortable place to be, but they can't get too comfortable. There's still 40 minutes of hockey to be played, so they can't get complacent. They need to stay playing strong and with the heart that they're showing.
Glacier certainly turning up the heat on the bench with the background noise. 20 minutes on the clock, second period. Glaciers in red and the Generals in black. Semi-final number 2 with semi-final 1 with semi-final 2 to follow between the Sabres and the Sun Devils after this one. And when we haven't had whistles, it's been free-flowing hockey.
Absolutely, and that's where you see really good plays happen is when it's not stop-start. Stop-start, you get more tired because the clock stops, the game goes longer. So, the more flow we have, I think the more interesting the hockey can get.
Now, referee Nick Eyre checking with both goaltenders. And they're certainly putting a lot of effort into making some noise on the Glaciers bench. Back now, Glaciers at their own defensive end. Trying to clear it out, but they can't clear it out. Now they clear it, or they try and clear it out. Bit of an air swing there. Still in the zone for the Generals. Here's Boyle. Boyle fires, sprays it wide. And Charlie York totally whiffed on the rebound. Here's Boyle now. Boyle on the attack. Fires high and wide of Hoy. Kept in the zone. Big contact. The wall still shaking. Henry York there. The boards there near the Zamboni door. Henry York for Boyle. Boyle fires and a nice save there. And we've got a goalie change. Patrick Ivans now in net for the Glaciers.
Look, bringing him in a bit earlier is a smart play because goalies that are on the bench are getting quite cold. So this gives him a bit of chance to get warm and work a bit harder.
And also a member of the Commentators Union. Back now for Matthew. Matthew showing some skills there against Silake. Glaciers getting the better one of that now, clearing it out of the zone. It was good work there by Porter. Lake entering the zone on the right-hand side. Chen gets a better of that one. Finds Hughes. Finds Julian Friedrich entering the zone. Ivans there. Just in net. Matthew fires and a big deflection there off the stick of Ivans. Yeah, he loves that one for his highlight reel. Out of play.
The Generals are putting early pressure on, so the Glaciers are going to want to get control of this puck and get it out of the zone as quickly as possible.
So an attacking zone face-off coming up for the Generals. Williams will take it to the left hand or glove side there of Ivans. Glaciers trying to clear it out. They clear it out now their left-hand side. Bit of opposition there from Williams and spins out of that hit. Gets around a couple, enters the zone. But Matthew was waiting for him at the blue line and says, "You shall not pass, sir." Back now for the Glaciers, clearing it out on the right-hand side. Finding some support from Gower. Generals just happy to dump it in. Behind Ivans, just settling things down now is Fraser. Right-hand side. Back now to the left-hand side. Namachi. Matthew keeps it in the zone for the Generals. Gets around a couple. The puck's free. Harper there getting involved there in defence. Now the Generals look to clear it out. They do a good job of clearing it out. Namachi there with the puck briefly. And they've gone offside, the Generals.
Look, that's a well played by the Glaciers there by pulling their team offside. So
referee Nick Eyre having a chat to the bench of the Glaciers. So we're just working on an issue at the moment. So making a phone call upstairs to the scorekeepers and the timekeepers. So we'll just wait for some adjustments to be made. Shots on goal. So just making some adjustments to the clock. Shots on goal favouring the Generals 18-3.
So the clock's been changed to 17:55.
So Nick Eyre, everything under control. One thing that's really impressed me about all the officials this weekend has been their communication with the benches as we let Courtney try and listen in. So that time we've sourced it as 17:55, and that's been passed on, I believe, the conversation there from referee Nick Eyre. Back to neutral ice. Here's who got his pocket pick. There was good work by Matt Nikkinen. Battle up against the boards. Who and Thompson up against the boards. Centering pass deflected off the stick of Daniel Chen. It's left here for now for Lake. Congestion in front. Both teams scramble. Generals get out of that one. It was good work by Boyle. Here's Henry York taking over. Battle up against the boards near the penalty boxes, and Glaciers do well there. Here's Thompson now. Thompson getting around one. Finding some support, but who manages to help clear it out of the zone for the Generals. Charlie York entering the zone now. Trying to get around one, but Boyle's there ready to take over. And they come back in defence via Tim Nikkinen. Cross ice pass, trying to clear it out. Trying to get some support there. Heavy contact. Appeals for a penalty. None coming. And they keep it in the zone briefly, the Generals. Now they have to turn and chase via Bodie. He's been identified as a future CBR Brave player. Part of the so-called Capital Connection. Now here's a penalty. Penalty coming with 16:44 remaining in the second period.
Look, an unfortunate penalty for the Glaciers. They're fighting and showing great heart in this game, but the Generals are just overcoming that and pushing through. So this will be a tough little 5-on-4, as we've seen the Generals capitalise on 2 power plays already. So a lot of work in the hands of the 4 Glaciers that are out on the ice right now.
So Tim Nitkinen sitting 2 minutes for hooking, and a power play coming up for the Generals. They'll take it to the right hand or blocker side there of Patrick Ivans. Attacking his own face-off, and power play starting for the Generals. They need to try and clear it out, the Glaciers. Benson up against the boards. Finds Julian Friedrich, who fires and scores a power play goal. That one didn't last very long. 8 seconds on the power play for that one. And from distance, we know he's got a cannon. And if we didn't know, we know now.
Absolutely. Look, I feel like that's maybe the second or third goal from the Generals that has come quite high up in the offensive zone. So it's a great shot. There's a screen, and it's just finding its way past the goalies. So
Ivans coming in at the start of this period. 8-second power play, and the third power play goal for the afternoon for the Generals, 5-0.
I'd like to see the Glaciers stay out of the box, and hopefully they can.
It's back now for Brown. Brown under some pressure, losing the puck. It was good work there by Hoekman. But back now for Matthew at his own defensive end, using the wall. Gavin gets it back into neutralised. Gavin taking over now, entering the zone, getting dispossessed. The Glaciers are there at the blue line. Good work there by Harper. Goes the aerial route. Safety first by Jeremy Friedrich, who just scoops it up. Those bouncing pucks are also hard sometimes, Courtney.
Absolutely. When it's a common thing I've heard a few times in teams when games are quite close and the puck just doesn't bounce your way. Sometimes it's literally bouncing the way it's not supposed to. So it makes it tricky.
So 5-on-5 hockey, 5-0 to the Generals, attacking his own face-off for the Glaciers. One there by Thompson. In some traffic. It was a nice backhanded shot from Matt Nikkinen. And a good save there from Friedrich. Attacking his own face-off. It'll be, and we'll have that one again. It'll be Williams against Thompson. To the right hand or glove side of Friedrich. Back to neutral ice. He has to turn and chase. That's Matt Nikkinen entering the zone. His brother Tim Nikkinen drives the net, and Friedrich is there. And as he's done so many times for the Generals, so many times for the Adrenaline, he's there, and he's a presence there, and nice save.
Absolutely, but look, the Glaciers are doing exactly what they need to do. They're putting pressure on and they're getting shots on. So if they can do that again, they've got another offensive zone face-off. I'd like to see them get at least another 2 shots on, and maybe one of them will go in. They've
had 4 shots on in this period. They haven't had a lot of time down this end, so they've done well. Back now for Henry York, trying to find brother Charlie, but Thompson was there. Getting it back now for Cy Lake. Lake, cross-ice pass, finds some support. Oh no, he gets dispossessed by Charlie York out of the zone. It was a big battle there by the Glaciers, battling underneath the boards near the central commentary position. Appeals for a penalty. None coming so far. The puck continues to move. Big hit there on Henry York. Charlie York with the puck now. Charlie York centering pass. Couldn't connect with Boyle. Boyle was there and thereabouts. And Glaciers do a good job of clearing it out of the zone. I don't think they'd mind that it was icing under that situation. No icing called, so play can continue. Generals working it out of their own end on the left-hand side. Charlie York with it now, cross-ice pass he's looking for. He just brings the play back, trying to get around a couple. And now we have a penalty coming. Interference the call, and the Glaciers penalty box is opening again.
We just had a little bit of stuff happening in the back of play there, Eric. So this is good control from the refs, just to make sure that they get told, no funny business, just play hockey.
Milan Paralin heading into the penalty box, 2 minutes for interference, and a power play coming up for the Generals. Their last power play lasted 8 seconds.
The Glaciers will really need to keep those sticks moving, box up, mark the players as best they can, shut down those shooting lanes.
Cy Lake taking the face-off for the Glaciers. I don't know if I've seen him take a face-off before. Have your larger guys out and the smaller man making the face-off. Not a bad strategy in that situation. Start of the power play for the Generals. Entering the zone is Jeff Hu, getting sent wide. Hu walks in, finds Chen. Chen thinks about a shot, sees a player in a better position, firing. Gets a bit of Benson on the way through. Scramble behind the net. Hu first to the puck. Zamboni corner. Hu finds Chen in a better position. Chen back for Hu. Give and go with Chen. Chen trying to get around a couple, but they were there. It was great work there by Hushman. Still with the puck. Friedrich contributing. Hu up against the boards near the Zamboni door. Zamboni out in 14 minutes. Battle up against the boards. Chen gets a better of that one. Trying to squeeze through a gap. Squeezes through a gap. He was off balance, so you can't really blame him for not getting a good shot on there on that situation. Glaciers taking the opportunity to change. 55 seconds of the power play remaining for the Generals. Going up the ice, going towards the right-hand side. Kuldika entering the zone. He's got Hughes for support, and he's got Bodie on the blue line. Elects to find Henry York instead. Big contact there, and the arm straight in the air. Penalty coming against the Glaciers. No surprises there with that one. On the attack, Henry York firing from distance. Delayed penalty is coming right now, and 5-on-3 coming up for 30 seconds.
Yeah, penalty for boarding there. A silly penalty when you're already down a player. So, you know, the Glaciers really need to pull in their ranks and play a very challenging 5-on-3 right now.
Adam Harper sitting 2 minutes for boarding.
Just want to really quickly reflect on, we had Lakandula down here on the blue line. He lost the puck at his stick, but he put his body in the way, and he managed to pull him out of the zone. And then again, Daniel Chen, these are players that just don't give up, and that is what you want on a team.
As I say so often, Courtney, the Energizer Bunny of the team. Back now for Hughes. Hughes now finds Matthew. Back now. Here's Thompson trying to get it out of his own defensive zone. So we've got one player in the penalty box now for 1:40. So the power play and the special teams continue. 5-on-3. Okay, play continues now. One player out of the box. Here's Charlie York. All the way back down to centre ice. He had a battle there, Charlie York. Boyle taking over. Boyle right-hand side, firing, and a nice save there from Ivans. And that'll be a nice feeling just to feel it in the glove, give your team a bit of rest time, reset with 1:16 of the power play.
Just reflecting on these players there. You're right, there's actually more than just those single players are the Energized Bunnies of their teams. They're all showing great heart. They're not giving up. Even if they, like a player a moment ago, lost his stick, used his legs, picked his stick up and carried it out of the zone. That's what you've got to do every game. And
sometimes that's your only option. You don't have time to go get the stick. Or here's Chen now. Chen in front. The puck's free. Did he manage to squeeze it in? Not quite.
I think our goalie's just done a perfect job to shut down that zone and tuck it between his legs.
Well done, Patrick Ivans. You'll love to see that one. 65 seconds remaining of the power play. Back now for Kuldika. Kuldika walking the blue line, finds some support. Hugh fires. Benson there and thereabouts. Hugh back now for Friedrich. Friedrich of the Julian variety. Kuldika on the blue line, looking to fire. Has got some support. Finds Chen off the skates. Chen recovers. 42 seconds of the power play remaining. Back now for Julian Friedrich. Cross ice pass. Finds Hu. Hu sprays it wide. No action required there by Ivans. And Kuldika will come back and recover. 30 seconds of the power play remaining. Camped on the blue line there was Chen. Dumping it back for a teammate in support. Oh, nice stick in the lane there by the Glaciers. Shot from Hu from distance. It was good work from Krustalev for the Glaciers getting in the lane there. Chen battling Kuldika. Looking to go himself. Congested. Recovers the puck. He's got Friedrich for company. 4 seconds of the power play remaining. They just need to clear it out or tie up the puck, and that's what the Glaciers are trying to do. Power play over, back to 5-on-5. Kildika centering. Here's Who. Who fires? Who scores? Jeff Who. That's Who.
Well put, Eric. Look, he's done it full strength. That player was well into the zone to try and support his team. But the fact, again, they're not giving up, so...
Our microphone's not been able to pick it up, but when Jeff Who skated past, all of his teammates were just chanting, Who! Well, we got it. Good stuff.
This is, great energy from both teams to lift the players on the ice, but there's just a good vibe in the rink tonight, and it's good to see.
Can you imagine Jeff Who against Brandon Maybe? Back now, entering the zone. 6-0 now for the Generals. Here's Williams. Finds a Glaciers player clearing it out. Here's Nomarchi. Nomarchi there, getting sent wide. Great work by Matthew on the blue line. Back now for the Glaciers. 10:40 remaining in the second period. Just dumping it off there. Back into neutral ice. Back now Matthew. Matthew fires high. Kept in the zone there by Williams. They really love that action on the bench there, the Generals. Under some pressure, no Marshy. Brown fires, gloves save, it comes back out. It was good work there from Porter to try and recover, and then he really had to scramble Ivans, and that he did. So we're about to see a replay here. Big hit up against the board near the Glaciers, but the Glaciers...
They bounce back.
They do.
Straight back up and at it.
And it's been a tough tournament for all teams. Attacking zone face-off. There's the door of doom. Charlie York has got brother Henry in front. Charlie York battling. Contact with Khrushchev. Khrushchev doing a good job in defence. Getting moved side to side is Ivans. Here's who got the last goal. Battle up against the boards. It was good work by Matt Nikkinen. Henry York keeping it in play, trying to find brother Charlie, but there's Khrushchev. Got his first AI goal this year. Khrushchev trying to clear it out of the zone. Only as far, that was Tyler Boyle. Tyler Boyle with the shot and deflected in front by Charlie York. 7-0.
It's just emphasising everything that we're saying. You've just got to get any shot on that you can, and that one just slices its way past the goalie to extend this lead.
And that takes some effort in itself, to have your stick in the right place at the right time. And there was only so much that Ivans could do about that one.
So yeah, we're watching that replay. Goalie's half down. He didn't quite have that butterfly, and they've been able to sneak past his legs.
7-0 now for the Generals. Cy Lake now entering the zone. Won't die wondering. It was a good shot on net by Cooper Porter. Matthew at his own defensive end near the cafe. Straight up the hey diddle diddle. Williams back now for Dewar. Dewar with it. Williams. Here's Matthew. Matthew fires off the pads there. A teammate manages to clean up for Ivans. Back now for Dewar. Centering. Glaciers have it briefly. Taken over by Benson. Now I notice that the puck's hitting the pads a lot of Ivans, but not necessarily cleaning up if he can. Back now to centre ice, Glaciers. Left-hand side, here's Jesse Thompson. Up against the boards against Matthew. Reinforcements arrive in the form of Dewar. Here's Thompson now looking for some individual brilliance. He's being pressured and taken off the puck there by Williams. Nice pass, but it wasn't quite on the stick there of Dewar. Coming back is Khrushchev. Khrushchev with it, centering pass. Tape to tape, here's Thompson now. Thompson fires, and a bit of a scramble there behind Friedrichsnet, who hasn't had a lot to do this period. Here's brother Julian, who's had a lot to do this period. Julian Friedrich walks in. Great pressure behind, and the puck is saved there. and a bit of pushy-shovey in front of the net, but it was a great save. It was great pressure from both teams. Wowee, Courtney.
What a sequence. Let's watch this again. So Julian's coming in hard, does a beautiful little backhand pass behind him to his teammate, and
great pressure by the defender.
The legs come out. Goalie's all over it. What a play. So you can see here the Generals are doing what they've needed to do. They're moving the goalie and trying to get him into a position where he makes some space, but he was all over it.
Yeah, it was great work all around. It was great work by the forwards, great work by the defence, great work by the goalie. There was certainly a lot going on, and so glad we've got these replays to take advantage of that. Back now for Thompson. The puck eventually leaves the face-off circle. Here's an opportunity for the Glaciers. Wandering in, getting sent wide. It was good work by Daniel Chen to send him wide. Julian Friedrich now up against the boards. Tapped on by Chen. It'll come back now. Battle up against the boards. Lakalunda. Glaciers trying to clear it out by Krustalev. Krustalev left-hand side. Finds Thompson. Thompson left-hand side. There's nobody here. Fires a good shot by Hoekman. Nobody around him. He manages to get a good shot off from the blue line.
Some nice effort from the Glaciers. So, look, mentally it's a tough challenge to look at that scoreboard, but to see them going out and pushing hard to get an opportunity at the other end, it's really, really positive to see.
With very limited puck possession, they've managed to get 5 shots on this period. Here's Henry York getting in a Glacier sandwich there. Comes back for Charlie York. Cross ice pass. Going for a skate on the left-hand side. Getting forced wide. Good work in defence there by Gower. 7 minutes remaining in the second period. 7 minutes before the Zamboni comes out. 7-0 Generals. Generals getting it back into the zone. Good work there by Porter. And a good save there by Ivans.
You can certainly see the adrenaline's kicking in. They're getting a little bit more feisty. They're getting a little bit more pushy, but obviously not to the point where they're getting penalised for it. So, again, that, as you said at the start of the game, that discipline's going to have to come in and work hard to just focus on their game of hockey. Attacking
zone face-off for the Generals out of the defensive zone. Here's Cy Lake battling against who? Teammates at the ice. Heavy contact up against the boards. Cooper Porter coming in and absolutely lit him up. Back now for who? Who using the boards on the left-hand side. Back to neutral ice. Entering the zone on the right-hand side is Harper. Good shot there. Good save by Friedrich. No harm done there. Here's Charlie York. Brother Henry alongside. Fires, goes high, and a nice blocker save. Deflects that one was Ivans. Back now into neutral ice. Brothers York there getting involved. Here's Charlie York. Winds up fire, selects power drive, and a big rebound on offer, but cleared up by Harper. Harper clearing it out now. Right hand side. Here's an opportunity for Matt Nikkinen, but there was weight of numbers there by the Generals clearing it out. That'll come all the way back now for Fraser. Fraser's got some company in the form of Alex May. Elects to go towards the other side. Right hand side now, Glaciers. Around a couple. Thompson taking over the attack. Thompson thinking about firing. Trying to centre. Couldn't connect with his man that was coming through at warp factor 5 in the form of Matt Nikkinen. Now the Generals have it at their own defensive end, clearing it out. Some good soccer skills on display there by Alex May. Onto his stick now. Centering pass, but couldn't quite connect with Matt Nikkinen. And through to Friedrich, who holds and saves. Some good pressure from the Glaciers. I almost feel a little bit proud of them for driving so hard to try and make some more opportunities. So 5:14 remaining before our Zamboni break. You know what, not almost. I do feel proud of them. Like, this is a tough game, and they're pushing just as hard as if the score was still 0-0. So it's really good to see. And that one goes through to Friedrich. And we'll do that one again. It'll be an instant replay. Attacking zone face-off for the Glaciers. Back now Back now for the Generals. They're trying to clear it out. They clear it out left-hand side all the way back down, and that will eventually float down. It was deflected on the way through, so no icing is the call. Glaciers leaving the zone now. Trying to enter the zone was Hoekman. Back to the defensive end of the Glaciers. Going backwards, now going forward. Deflected off a stick on the way through. Comes back in the form of in favour of the Glaciers. Back now for Alex May. May cross ice pass, finds Krushtalev. Referee sandwich there. Puck still free near the Zamboni door. Generals in command. Boyle loses possession. Centering pass, connecting with Namashi. Here's Matthew again with the puck. He's got Benson for company. Elects to skate away from him. Matthew doing it all by himself. Nice check there by Nomashi. That play breaks down and it's left for Tyler Boyle to come up. Heavy contact up against the boards by Thompson. Line change. Julian Friedrich trying to clear it out. Right hand side back to neutral ice. Good work there by Boyle getting the puck for his team. Congestion. Have to watch the too many men call. We've had a few too many men on the ice, but that one seemed okay. Back now for Julian Friedrich. 3:40 remaining in the second. Centering pass trying to find Matthew, but there was a sea of red jerseys around. Here's an opportunity, but the pass didn't quite connect there with Tim Nikkinen. Hughes comes back and helps his team out. Julian Friedrich now, left-hand side, entering the zone. He's got Thompson in front. Thompson forces him to stop, prop, and head towards the backboards. Cross-ice pass didn't connect. Here's Brown. Finding Hughes. In front was Julian Friedrich. It was there and thereabouts. The deflection didn't have the direction in the back of the net. Cross-ice pass. Hughes. Here's Friedrich. He's got Williams for company. It's 2-on-2. Trying to find Williams. Couldn't connect. Shot goes wide. No action required there by Ivans on this occasion as Williams comes off. Friedrich battling against the Zamboni door. Spun out of that hit. Up against the board near the Zamboni door. Charlie York finding Hughes. Hughes trying to find Charlie York, but he moved. Here's an opportunity. Oh, heavy contact as Wallunda goes down. And he's up and okay. Back now for Sire Lake. There is a penalty coming, delayed penalty as Ivans comes off the ice, and his teammates do a good thing of keeping the puck away from the Generals, giving their goalie a time to get off. Charlie York touches up, penalty box door will be opening. Power play coming up for the men in red.
Look, a great opportunity for the Glaciers, and I feel like they've really worked hard for this, so it will be nice to see them if they need to move the puck around. They need to make space. They need to have fast feet in this sequence to try and move the goalie around a bit, get that puck moving a lot, and make a gap for themselves.
So Lucas Gavin sitting in the penalty box for 2:17 remaining in the second period. 7-0 to the Generals, and an attacking zone face-off coming up for the Glaciers. Thompson will take the face-off to start the power play, and we'll have that one again. Some nice soccer skills on display there by referee Nick Eyre. Have to ask him if he's played soccer as a kid later on. Attacking zone face-off. Thompson pushed off the puck. Chen taking over. Chen behind his own net, just gets it out. No icing on the penalty kill. All the way back down. And Ivans will control the puck. Glaciers, minute 40 remaining of their power play. Just setting up their power play. Right-hand side, centering pass, trying to connect with Nikkinen. Charlie York with it. Nice check there by Krushtalev. Thompson getting involved as well. Chen just happy to dump it in. Chen with some time and space. Gets around Lake, comes down, and Sire Lake will be heading towards the penalty box, wondering what is the charge. Jeremy Friedrich making it halfway off.
Nice for them to get a little bit of blood pumping in their legs, though. Look, unfortunate for the Glaciers to not be able to capitalise on that and find themselves down defending once again. So a 2-minute tripping it's unfortunate, but it happens because your stick will just be there and the player will go over it. But it is what it is.
So an attacking zone face-off and a brief period of 4-on-4 hockey. Lake in the box for 2. Cross ice pass now. Here's Matthew. Matthew fires. Rebound cleared out of the slot there by the Glaciers all the way back down, and that should come back for icing because it's 4-on-4.
Absolutely.
And it does.
I think that can just be sometimes if get a little bit complacent when you know you've only got 4 on and you just rocket it to the other end. But yeah, as you mentioned, 4-on-4. Not an advantage they can play at this point.
So 4-on-4 for the next 71 seconds. Hughes takes the face off. Here's Brown, loses the puck. Here's an opportunity on the left-hand side. It's Tim Nitkinen though, heavily leaned on by Matthews. Nitkinen got a possible shot on, but it was good work there by Henry York, who picked his pocket. Centering pass, can only find the men in black. Tim Nitkinen go high, wide now to play. And we'll have a whistle.
It's going to be a very exciting end to this period, I think. So, General's on the defense now. If Glaciers can move it around it, they could find space.
So 45 seconds. Good shot there from distance from Alex May there.
Strong glove save once again.
42 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. 58 seconds on the big clock. 42 seconds on the first penalty before one player comes back. Puck eventually leaves the face-off circle. Battling is Hoekman. Now they try and clear it out via Williams. Bit of played with a high stick there. But play continues as the Glaciers hit neutral ice. 45 seconds remaining in the period. Krustalev fires. Goes wide. No action required there by Friedrich. Glaciers on the attack in the slot, firing, and a nice glove save. It was a good quality shot there from May, but well saved by Friedrich with 33 seconds in the period.
Suggestion number 1 for these teams: don't shoot at the glove. It's just too good on all of the goalies that we've seen on Showcase.
Well, we know what's coming up with your segment at the start of the next game. Don't shoot at the glove. Back now, 30 seconds remaining in the period. Glaciers looking to get on the attack. Daniel Chen, now Julian Friedrich. There's a player coming out of the penalty box in 5 seconds. Back now for Daniel Chen. Chen with the puck. He's got no support. 15 seconds remaining in the period. There's his support from Jeff Hu, but a copped a body on the way through. Puck deflects. And a brief power play coming up for the Glaciers, but they're at the wrong end with 4 seconds remaining in the period. One last opportunity. Gavin's out of the penalty box, gets a good quality shot on. And shout out to his family who are also watching.
Indeed. Hello, family. Hope you're enjoying it from home. Now we go to a 10-15 minute break now while we get an ice cut. So the teams have an opportunity to go to the change rooms. They get a chance to just reset, have a drink, have a good break before coming out for the third. And look, it's very common. I see the teams come out with a lot of intensity at the start of the third period. So I would really like to see that from the Glaciers, particularly to just work on getting into the zone, breaking in, and making some opportunities.
Now the Glaciers, they've got a high mountain to climb.
They do.
And they're trying to climb. They're trying to find the entrance to the path to start the climb, but they haven't quite found it yet. They've been there and thereabouts.
And look, no matter what, they will play tomorrow. So this game is important that they play the next 20 minutes just as hard as the first 20 and work on every little thing that they need to in order to be victorious tomorrow potentially.
So we'll take a short break. The Zamboni is on the ice, so we'll be back in about 10 minutes' time for the resumption of play. Semi-final 1. The Adelaide Generals are leading the Melbourne Glaciers 7-0 with semi-final 2 to come up this afternoon between the Sun Devils and the Sydney Sabres. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Back soon. Welcome back to the Australian Junior Ice Hockey League semi-final number 1. We're at the end of the second intermission. The Adelaide Glaciers are leading 7-0. Sorry, the Adelaide Generals are leading the Melbourne Glaciers 7-0. There'll be 20 minutes on the big clock, 21 seconds on the small clock. A brief penalty to kill there. I'm Eric Brook, and alongside me, Courtney Kynaston. Courtney, we've had a big game. Let's talk about some of the goal scorers first. There's been a lot of them.
Look, there has been, no surprise, Daniel Chen has 2 goals that he scored in that first period, along with Julian Friedrich and Bodie Matthew. And in the second period, we saw Timothy Benson, AJIHL and Charlie York all score to bring their team up to their 7-0 scoreline.
So 7-0, shots on goal favouring the Adelaide Generals, 34-11. The save percentage has actually increased in the second period. Patrick Ivans came in. Both goalies have done a good job under difficult circumstances there for the Glaciers. Hoy started, Ivans came in relief, and both of them had a mountain of work to do. Certainly lots of pressure there.
And I think it'd be great to reflect on the things you mentioned at the start of the game. So the discipline, the communication, and
the support.
I think the Generals are doing that well, and the scoreline is showing that. But I do think that the Glaciers are showing a lot of spirit. And look, even at this scoreline, they're fighting for the puck. They're getting opportunities in the zone. Their shots just aren't on target. So they really need to get a few more of those shots on target, talk to each other on the ice so they know where they are for those passes, and just come out fresh this period and fight to the final buzzer.
The fact that they didn't have a lot of possession in the attacking zone aside, they still managed to get 8 shots on in that period.
Absolutely, and look, that takes effort and it takes guts. So it's a commendable effort from that side tonight.
So our players are coming back onto the ice, and we have a goalie change, and Justin Baxter, who was in yesterday's game, he's come onto the ice. And at the other end, Patrick Ivans, a fellow commentator amongst other things with the Brisbane Lightning. I want to have a chat to him sometime over the weekend, just to say hi.
Yeah.
He's done a great job with the Lightning in commentary, and he's certainly got it all in front of him in terms of what's being shot at him.
Look, one thing I love about this tournament is it's been such a great opportunity to see the future of our game. And Justin Baxter's definitely one of those as far as goaltending. I fully expect to see him make appearances in the AJIHL at some time in the future. And hopefully, one of the Sydney teams might pick him up. But all of the players as well, they're really shining bright this tournament, and I'm very impressed with what's coming.
So we're underway. Let's play the hockey. Here's Jeff Hu now for the Generals on a new sheet of ice. Here's Hu now, centering pass, couldn't quite connect. There's a very short power play for the Generals. Hu can't keep it in the zone. Here's Hu now, has got some support on the right-hand side. Just quite happy to fling it in there. And we have a whistle. Williams dumping it in, and Fruta Ivans who saves.
So unsurprisingly, the Generals with an early attack, and that comes with being on the power play to open this period. So as soon as the Glaciers get their player back, it'll be nice to see them put some pressure back the other way.
The penalty clock didn't come back on at the start of the period, so they're just adjusting that now. So the player has 3 seconds before he can come back on for the Glaciers. 2 seconds, 1 second. So he can come back on the ice. That time has been adjusted. So we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Here's Krushtalev now. Got his pocket pick there. It was good work by Gavin. Here's Krushtalev again. Krushtalev fires. Got a lot of Gavin on the way through. Here's Hu. Kept in the zone by Krushtalev. Out of fire and heads up on the Glaciers, on the Generals bench rather. That one went out of play rather forcefully.
I think there was a little bit of heat on that as he turned and wasn't quite expecting it to be at his feet. So he's done well keeping it in 2-3 times there. So Ivan Krishlov really has stood out to me in this game and even yesterday's games. He's quite a supportive player to his teammates.
So an attacking zone face-off for the Glaciers. They want to spend a lot more time down here this period. Brown finds Matthew, trying to clear the zone. Here's Henry York battling, coming in to lend a hand. Is Tim Nitkinen, but they've gone offside.
Look, a good push from the Glaciers. They got through that first little first 30 seconds of the period. Now they're driving hard. It's good to see.
Entering the zone on the left-hand side is Gower. Puck behind the net. Glaciers still in possession. It's good work there by Thompson. Had limited real estate to operate in. Back now, firing. Got a bit of a player on the way through, hence the massive deflection. Ends up with Thompson's stick anyway. Centering pass. It only found Henry York, and Hughes picks that one up for the Generals. Getting forced wide. Comes down rather hard up against the boards. Play continues. Battle up against the boards. It was good work from both teams in defence. Henry York there with it. Devine on the attack briefly. Glaciers trying to clear it out. Good work again by Jesse Thompson. He's been a player that's been around everywhere as well. Jesse Thompson plays for the Mustangs in the AIHL. Now they're trying to clear it out. The Glaciers have got an opportunity to clear it out on their right-hand side. Trying to clear it out now is Porter. Line change underway for the Glaciers. Entering the zone now. Here comes the Generals. Shot deflected. Still in favour of Benson. Back now for Henry York. Benson taking over. Spins out of the check there from Harper. Up against the boards. Reinforcements arriving from both teams. Referee Nick Hare just needs to see that puck continue to move. Boyle with the puck at his feet and a good save there. And a bit of pushy shovey, but that's seen off at the pass and we'll have a face-off. So certainly lots of work there for Patrick Ivans to do in net. And an attacking zone face-off coming up. Charlie York will take it.
Something I just picked in that shift, the way the Generals use their sticks to get the Glaciers off the puck. It's really effective. They're playing it smart. They're not getting hookings or slashing calls. They're coming in, lifting it at the right moment, and the Glaciers are just ending up not anywhere near it with two Generals on the puck. So
moved out of the zone, neutral zone face-off close to the Glaciers bench. Who with a foot race. That was a massive foot race there. Hoshman against Who. Even money on that one. Back now for Charlie York. Has some support in Who on his right-hand side. Who straight up the middle. Connecting there briefly with Dwyer. Back now. Heavy contact there. Gets knocked off the puck. It was good work there by Harper. Kept in the zone by the Generals rather. Spinning out of more hits. Centering, walking in. And Charlie York slides into the goalie. These sort of things happen. Ivans gives him a hand just to get him out of the way so Ivans can stay on his feet. Here's Harper. Spins out of one. Charlie York doesn't give up. There's a battle up against the boards. Reinforcements arrives and the referee's had enough. The puck is frozen. The puck is dead.
Sometimes that can be a safety thing, Eric. Like the player was very face down in the middle of all that, so they don't want to risk any skates or stick blades up around their neck and into their head. So to me, that like the puck wasn't moving, but it was also player safety. So good call by the ref.
So an attacking zone face coming up for the Generals. Williams battling against Thompson. Glaciers trying to clear it out right-hand side. Here's some good work leaving the zone. Tim Nitkinen. He's got Thompson for company. Getting forced wide. Still in possession. Tim Nitkinen. Thompson for company. Thompson taking over the attack now. A cold Baxter and they squeeze it underneath the pads. And a good goal by Jesse Thompson. Then they've started to climb the mountain. 7-1.
Look, I have to say, I'm looking forward to that replay behind the net because from my angle, you can just see the puck go completely around the edge of the net from up here. So beautiful shot, and it's really nice to see that happen.
And so it's in there. One of the players as well lost his stick for the Generals, which certainly didn't help there in the form of Brown.
It just goes in past the foot and does a nice little wrap around inside the net. So well done, Glaciers. That was a hard-earned goal, that one.
No style points. Here's Thompson now entering the zone on the left-hand side, getting around Matthew. Williams providing some resistance. Here's Chen finding Julian Friedrich. Back to Chen. That was the intended target, but it didn't work out. Khrushchev was in the way. Here's Matthew again, entering the zone. Chen for company. The Glaciers are there in numbers. Khrushchev coming up to assist with Alex May. Now they clear it out, the Glaciers. They had to retreat, the Generals, otherwise they would have been offside. Back now for Julian Friedrich. Taking it back to his own goal line. Zamboni door, Generals clearing it out, getting around Lake. Players come down, pile on accidentally. Back now for Chen. Chen thinks about firing. Had his pocket picked by Cy Lake. Someone called 000. Get the crime scene tape out because Cy Lake dead set Rod Chen there from behind. You like that one?
Well said.
Back now for Khrushchev. Khrushchev battling up against the boards, battling with Henry York. Centering out of zone, back in the neutral ice. Here's Hughes, got himself a hat-trick yesterday. Right-hand side, Benson tapped on for Henry York. Henry York trying to find Gavin, couldn't find him. Back now for Hughes. Hughes, right-hand side, Henry York, Benson. Benson entering the zone on the right-hand side. Benson almost had his pocket picked. Certainly there was some stick work to try and get him. He's still got the puck though, Benson, after all of that. Battle up against the boards and in front. Another goal we have for the Generals.
Look, again, another hard-working goal for this team. Starting in the neutral zone, Charlie York had some support behind him in Benson. They moved well together to break it into the zone, and then they just moved it around inside. Every player had someone to support, and then they had someone on the back door who could just chip it in. Well done.
They certainly did. Great angle of this one here. And it was Cameron Hughes there waiting on the back door.
I am not
surprised.
surprised.
Heavy contact. Jeff Hu comes down, and that was hard. I heard and felt that one from here. There is a penalty coming. Who's up on his, well, he tries to get up on his feet. So we'll get some medical attention to go and see him. That was a hard hit. I heard that from here.
Yeah, I did too. And look, I just want to highlight really good sportsmanship from the Glacier player that hit him. He's just straight to his side to make sure he's okay.
Stick taps all round. He's in obvious pain, Jeff Hu, and he'll get himself assessed. A very hard landing.
We have a doctor on site, so he'll be able to assess him, make sure he's okay. So hopefully we'll see him back on the ice shortly.
So Hokeman going to the penalty box for a trip and a power play coming up for the Generals.
Yeah, sometimes those hits are just unfortunate. You could tell there was no malice in it with the Glacier player right to his side. And yeah, I think he hit his head on the ice as he went down, and that can just shake you up a little. I've certainly done that before, and it's not fun.
That certainly doesn't help. And the amount of people just in general sessions that skate around without helmets, and these guys are padded, but it could still happen. Play continues now. Charlie York fires, sprays it wide. No action required there, and out of the zone. Minute 49 of power play remaining. Here's Matthew. Cross ice pass, looking for Dewa. Couldn't find him, couldn't connect. Cleared out of harm's way by the Glaciers, out of the zone. Here's Matthew. It was a good battle there with Thompson. They have to retreat, otherwise they would have been offside, and Charlie York comes off for a change. Working it out, here's Thompson on his right-hand side for the Glaciers. Just elects to go back to his own net. Minute 19 of the penalty remaining, all the way back down. And here come the Generals trying to clear it out. Here's Matthew. He's got Chen for company. Matthew, cross ice pass, finds Dewa. He's got no support for the moment, trying to find Matthew, but Thompson was there. Mr. Thompson certainly has had a lot of mentions for the Glaciers. Back now for Chen. Chen, left-hand side. Getting around one, trying to get around second. There's a big battle with Dewa. Dewa knocked off the puck knocked off his skates in front. Chen around one, around two, backdoor opportunity for Matthew. quite rightly, Ivans was concentrating on Chen, and he was just waiting at the back door in support there. So Matthew coming back with that goal. That was a great bit of work from Chen, and then Matthew to clean up.
Look, in spite of repeating myself once again, players where they need to be for their teammates. Teammates knowing that they've got the support. Pop the puck out straight to his support player in the net.
One D in the immediate vicinity.
And this team has just got that worked out. They know where to be, they know how to support each other, and they are succeeding.
So another power play goal for the Generals, and that'll come back. Baxter hasn't had a lot to do in this period for the Generals. Around one, that was some great skating there by the Generals, by Koldika. Fires and deflected into the corner there by Ivans. The intensity continues in this game despite the scoreline. Koldika got some support in the form of Julian Friedrich. Koldika fires and scores, and the carnage continues for the Generals, and that is number 10. Timeout, Glaciers.
Look, that was just a great shot on, and look, there's an example of taking the shot when you have it. He might have been thinking that would rebound out, but it just rolled up the goalie's pads and straight on in.
Okay, so I can just see on the bench that Jeff Hu is up and about, which is a good sign. So I think this time out, Courtney, is more of a case of just wanting to break the momentum.
Absolutely, but it also is a chance for the coach just to get back to into the headspace of his teammates and just say to them, don't give up, keep pushing hard. He'll be giving them instruction on where to play, how to break out, and hopefully the best action to move forward. So, look, being a Glacier at this moment in time, it is a little bit challenging mentally looking at that scoreboard. I know I've been on a team that has been in that position, and it can be tricky. So I really hope that they can just take these 30 seconds to reset and come out and keep fighting hard.
So I'm just trying to look on the Generals bench just to get confirmation that Jeff Hu is okay. He's up and about. He's sitting on the bench. He may take no further part, but he appears to be okay. He's sitting on the bench, so that's a really good sign. So 10-1, 41 shots on for the Generals, 12 for the Glaciers. So through to the gold medal game tomorrow morning will be the Generals. Who will they face, the Sun Devil or the Sabres? We'll find out in game number 2 coming up shortly after this game. Back to neutral ice. Henry York, some soccer scores on display there from Hughes, gets brought down. Play continues, back now for Gavin. Heavy contact up against the boards, but everyone's okay up against that one. Hughes battling again as play will continue near the skate shop. It comes back now for Paralon. Trying to clear it out left-hand side. Benson, though, still throwing the hits, the Glaciers, which is totally fine. Back now for Hughes. Now they can clear it out on the right-hand side. The Glaciers takes a funky bounce off the boards. Works in the advantage of Cy Lake. Lake around one. Lake fires, and a good save there by Baxter. Play continues. Back now for Lake, but that was intercepted and cleared out. Kept in the zone now. Centering pass only found Matthew. Here's Gavin now. Tapping it on for a teammate. Entering the zone. Pressure there. Puck goes wide of Ivans. No action required for him on that occasion, trying to get around Charlie York. York can't. Charlie York sprays it high, wide and handsome, and the puck pinballs all the way around. And Hochman trying to get first to the puck. He's in good position. Boyle comes back. He's outnumbered. Dewar comes in, dispossesses him off the puck for the Generals. Kept in the zone by the Glaciers briefly. Here's Boyle now. Boyle entering the zone. He's got 3 red shirts around him. Shot goes wide. No action required there by Ivans. DeWar on the half wall. Tries to find Boyle but can't. It was a bit too powerful for him, and Fraser trying to clear it out for the Glaciers. Battle with Brown. Heavy contact near the Glaciers bench. Back now for Boyle. Boyle loses possession. Here's an opportunity for the Glaciers. Wandering in. Goes 5-hole over the line. And that's a great goal for the Glaciers.
And look, the bench is absolutely ecstatic, and I would be too. What a great goal and what a great effort. And look, I want to commend this team. They have not given up. And it would be very easy to just play out this last 10 minutes, but they're not just playing it, they're pushing hard. So we'll see the replay from the goalie side now. Yeah, what a beautiful little backhand to just chip it up over Baxter's leg pads.
So Finn Gower with the goal there. That's a good 5-hole.
Oh, my bad, 5-hole, good job.
I only remember the 5-hole. I don't remember the other numbers, but I always remember the 5-hole. Back now here's the Glaciers with it again, looking for goal number 3. Good save there by Baxter on his left-hand post. Bit of a scramble. Hopefully not a bit of pushy-shovey. We've still got 10.5 minutes remaining in this one.
So it would be good to see both teams stay out of the penalty box and just lots of 5-on-5 hockey.
So an attacking zone face-off coming up now for the Glaciers. So Jesse Thompson will take it. Back now, Generals clearing it out. Friedrich near the door of doom. Back now for Williams, just happy to tap it on for Matthew. Trying to get some contact there. Here's Matthew. Matthew wanders in. Goes bar down. That's where the good stuff is, Courtney.
Top cheese. That was beautiful.
It certainly was. That's goal number 11. You know, hockey protocol, the celebrations died down at this point. But it was certainly worthy of a replay, that's for sure.
And look, this is great practice for these guys. Like to keep shooting, to keep playing all of these systems and refining everything they're doing to stay on top.
So back to centre ice we go, 10-15 remaining, 11-2 the score. The Glaciers, it's a wide margin, but certainly not disgraced. They certainly have been putting in all the effort. Glaciers now on the attack. Tim Nikkinen. Sorry, brother Matt. Centering pass. Couldn't connect with Thompson. Krishalev trying to get involved. Here's Gavin now. Loses possession and they've gone offside.
The Glaciers did really well to slow down that momentum. So in that occasion, we had the Generals, Gavin was moving in quite fast on the line, so his teammate was coming with him. But the Glaciers got a tap on the puck, and it just took that enough of a step back that his counterparts further down on the blue line went over first.
So we've got a neutral zone face-off closest to the Glaciers bench. One there by the Generals. Gavin coming in. Gavin all by himself. Wanders in. Deeks. But doesn't get it in the back of the net. That was good stick play though, as the Glaciers work it out of their own defensive end back in the neutral ice. Getting around a couple. Here's Kristalev with it now. Kristalev fires. Good save by Baxter. The rebound was just a bit too strong for Porter. Coming back now for Gavin. Centering pass. Finds Charlie York. Mike Seagull's looking for chips. Back now for York. Centering pass from the shot from Benson went wide. Won't register as an official shot. Back now for the Glaciers. Right hand side. Here's Lake. Loses possession briefly. Lake on a fishing expedition. He's got the puck. Centering pass. Trying to connect. Oh, it was good work there by Startstaff there. Trying to convert in front. It was a brilliant pass from Lake. Coming down is Benson. Lake at both ends of the ice. Coming now for the Glaciers in centre ice. Tapped on by Starstaff. Back now for Benson. Trying to connect with Henry York but can't. Good work there. The Glaciers getting out. Cameron Hughes causing a turnover briefly. They should be able to get out the right-hand side. No, they don't. Back for Henry York. Here's Brown now. Brown centering, couldn't connect with anybody. Williams was there and thereabouts, and so was Henry York. Right-hand side near the cafe corner, 8.5 minutes remaining. Back now for Brown. Battle up against the boards. Brown still in possession. Finds a teammate on the right-hand side. Henry York was in the slot, couldn't take advantage. Getting out of the zone was Hoekman. Coming back now for Henry York. Henry York, he's got plenty of time, uses the ball as his friend, gets around one, kept in the zone. by the Glaciers briefly. Not Daniel Chen, it was Brown entering the zone. Brown shoots deflected there by the blocker. Here's Julian Friedrich centering, looking for somebody in front. Dewar was there. Backhanded shovel wasn't quite on target. Backhands are quite hard. Back now for Friedrich. Chen. Back now for Friedrich. He's got Matthew on the left-hand side. Finds Matthew. Matthew fires, and a nice save there by Ivans.
Some great pressure from both sides.
Okay, somebody's potentially going in the penalty box for a high stick. So Cameron Hughes heads to the penalty box, and the Glaciers head to the power play. High sticking the call. So an attacking zone face-off coming up for the Glaciers, and they're certainly not giving up, Courtney, despite the scoreline.
Absolutely, and I really commend them for that. And I'll commend the coaching staff and management on the bench as well, because they'll be playing a big part in keeping their heads in the game and helping them fight this battle.
Attacking zone face-off coming up now for the Glaciers. Trying to clear it out. Khrushchev keeps it in the zone for the Glaciers. Batting it down for himself is Matthew. Matthew enters the zone, trying to get around one, but there was a big wall in the way there, and they cleared it out, the Glaciers. Williams. Here's Tim Nikkinen getting pressure there by Matthew in the slot. Gavin was waiting there for the Generals. Back now for Thompson. Thompson getting around one, trying to find a lane that's open. There's a lot of screening going on from Baxter, but the puck doesn't make it that far. Khrushchev, left-hand side, enters the zone. Had a big battle there with Matthew and also Williams. Taking over is Matt Nikkinen. Battle up against the boards. Matthew there. Centering pass, but only found Williams. And all the way down with 65 seconds remaining of the power play for the Glaciers.
Some great movement and pressure from the Glaciers. So if they can keep this up, get back up the other end.
So Glaciers looking for options. Boyle providing some resistance in front. They've got three different options. Trying to find Tim Nikkinen. Found him via the boards. Good skills there by Benson, getting his body in the way. Finding Charlie York. Boyle up against the boards near the bench of the Glaciers. Glaciers clearing it out now. Back into neutral ice. Here's Porter. Porter with the puck. 35 seconds of the power play remaining as the partial change for the Glaciers. Tapped on. Won't be committing the cardinal sin of icing on a power play, as Benson now spins, pirouettes, tries to clear it out. Got a bit of a Glaciers player on the way through in the form of Lake. Back now for the Glaciers. 15 seconds of their power play remaining. Left-hand side, trying to connect with somebody, and they do. Whiffs on the shot, selects feathered touch. Back now for Boyle, who's all alone. Boyle on the burst. Boyle walks in, was very patient, but also Patrick Ivans was very patient as well.
That was a nice, composed save.
It certainly was. All of the advantage, all of the momentum to the Generals, and Ivans stood up tall.
The Generals player almost just took too long to make the shot. He did have pressure bearing down on him, but well done to the goalie.
It was certainly a great breakaway opportunity. Shot from Dewar from distance, players in front. Gavin there was the closest one for the Generals. Gavin now behind the net. He's got some support from Henry York in front. The puck's free briefly, but it's flung out of the zone. Dewar from distance in front. The puck balloons out of the zone. Henry York was there and thereabouts in the front. It's back now for Dewar. Dewar now. Centre ice. Gavin going for a skate. It's got Henry York for company. Glaciers there in numbers though. And they clear it out via Gower, who's got himself a goal this afternoon. Dewar, under 5 minutes remaining in semi-final number one. Henry York, dispossessed. Glaciers, 5-on-5 hockey. Entering the zone, trying to get around one. It was good work again by Gower. Back now, Henry York finding Matthew. Matthew enters the zone. He's got Gavin for company. Tries to squeeze for a hole that wasn't there. Left-hand side, the puck goes. Matthew, good pressure there from Gower again. Up against the boards. Henry York tapping it on. Now they're clearing it out. The Glaciers trying to clear it out the left-hand side. From one to the other. Nice pass to centre ice, taking over is Nomashi. Left-hand side, just happy to get it in the zone, was Krustalev. Battling there is Tim Nikkinen. Nikkinen behind the net, he's got no support in front. Now the support arrives, but Hoekman couldn't get the job done. He was under some pressure. Matthew cross-ice pass will find Williams near the Generals bench. Williams just happy to go behind his net. Under 4 minutes remaining in semi-final one. Looking left, looking right. Tim Nikkinen applying some pressure. Trying to clear it out now. Here's Koldeka. Entering the zone is Williams. Dropping it off for Koldeka. Koldeka looking to go wide, but the guys in red, Drew Harper is there. Walking the blue line. Opportunity from Williams goes high. Too high for the top shelf. Back to neutral ice. Here's an opportunity for Tim Nikkinen. The defence is coming back. High, wide and handsome. The puck almost ends out of play at the Generals bench. It rode the blue boards for a moment there. Back to centre ice. Tim Nikkinen now. Good shot. Can they take advantage of the rebound? Tim Nikkinen again. He's got some support from brother Matt in front. Chen taking over with some open eyes. Here's Chen. The defence is coming back now. He's got some support in Friedrich. Trying to get around one in the form of Harper. The puck's free in the slot. They're queuing up. Benson couldn't connect. Here's Julian Friedrich. Benson's in front. Can't connect with Benson. Here's Friedrich battling some 4-on-4 action in terms of Harper and also Friedrich. The number 4, Kaveen pushed off the puck. But the Generals have it in the form of Friedrich. Here's an opportunity for the Glaciers on the attack, looking to fire. Matt Nikkinen finds some support in brother Tim. Back now for Benson, clearing it out, and the pass comes back for Charlie York. York has got 3 players with him, skates away from them, tries to drop it off to Kaveen but couldn't. Charlie York regaining possession, left-hand side near the skate higher shop now. Reinforcements arrive in the form of Boyle and Kaveen. And the Glaciers try and clear it out. They do a good job of clearing it out on the right-hand side. Here's a foot race. Good opportunity for Thompson of the Daniel variety. Still on the attack. Back to neutral ice. Getting involved there is Namashi for the Glaciers. Entering the zone now. Here's Krustalev. Krustalev fires, and a good save there from Baxter.
What a great sequence of play. So the Glaciers had quite a few opportunities there, increased their shot count by quite a few. And look, the Generals are putting just as much pressure on them at the other end. So it's nice end-to-end hockey. That to me is highlighting that the Glaciers haven't given up. They're fighting. They're working hard.
I was wondering what that black thing on the ice was. It turns out it was a net guard.
A net guard. I think it was Gaveen's.
So Nick Eyre was just trying to find an owner for it. Hugh back on the ice, which is good to see. Here's an opportunity from Hughes. Hughes, he's got some support, doesn't need it, fires. Brown fires. Good save there. Good stand-up save. Block aside there by Ivans. Trying to clear it out is Krustalev. Did the majority of the work himself. Krustalev with a cross-ice pass with 70 seconds remaining. Entering the zone. Off the stick of who? Back now for Brown. Brown almost has his pocket picked by Krustalev. It was good work by Gower. Gower coming back. Got some support on the right-hand side though. And they try and clear it out. But here's Henry York. Centering pass. Couldn't connect with who. Back into neutral ice. Under a minute remaining. Matthew coming back. It's a bit of a foot race now. Matthew first to the puck. Henry York with it. Back into neutral ice. Coming in is Krustalev. Good stick work there by Henry York. Getting in the way there. Shot there. It was in some traffic by Porter. Krustalev firing. A lot of Generals there in the slot. Didn't make it as far as Baxter. Back now for Williams. Williams enters the zone with speed. Fires, but it only got the shin pads on the way through. Parolin. 10 seconds remaining. And the Adelaide Generals will go through to the gold medal game tomorrow morning. Their opponent will be determined this afternoon. The Adelaide Generals, champions last year. They will go through to the gold medal game with a comprehensive 11-2 win against the Glaciers. The Glaciers, though, they did not stop trying, Courtney.
They certainly did not, and I really particularly want to highlight that last sequence, that last minute of the game. They were right in it. They were pushing, like, as far as right in it to get another goal. They were working together. The passes were great. I've got to highlight again Evan Kristolov. He just was everywhere. I felt like every time the play moved, he was on top of it. He's keeping it in. He's passing it to his teammates. He was backing them up. And they all worked together really well in that last little sort of 5-10 minutes of that game. So congrats to them for not giving up, because that's a hard thing to do in that kind of a scoreline.
So handshakes all around, as we have both teams celebrating a game. The Generals will be going through to the gold medal game. The Generals will be heading through to the gold medal game. The Glaciers will be heading to the bronze medal game tomorrow.
So for those at home wondering the timing of that, so the bronze medal game will get played at 7 a.m. and the gold medal game will be at 9:30 a.m. And you'll be able to watch all of that live via the Thought Fox Media YouTube channel that you're watching this one on currently.
So the final score of 11-2 in favour of the Adelaide Generals. Shots on goal ended up favouring the Generals 47-20, and between the two goalies for the Generals a safe percentage of .900. And the Glaciers, they had a tough day at the office, but they still tried their hearts out, and they'll be, they're still in battle for bronze tomorrow. Absolutely.
I think they will take a lot from tonight, and if one thing that they can take from tomorrow is how well they work together and those passes and maintaining intensity, then they'll have a good shot tomorrow.
So just to wrap things up here, the Adelaide Generals, they'll go through to the gold medal game tomorrow with a 11-2 win. So coming up very, very soon is semi-final number 2. That will be the Sun Devils against the Sydney Sabres. Keep watching the YouTube channel, Thought Fox Media Group. Thanks as always to you, Courtney. Thanks as well to our hard-working crew. I'm Eric Brooklyn on behalf of Courtney Cliston and myself. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you for semi-final number 2 shortly. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.
Thank you.